So yes, I'm not officially done with the exhaust hot side yet, but man, I've got something I want to get on today, and I'll tell you why. So I've got my starter in there, crankshaft, adapter, and my flywheel has been surfaced and balanced to match the old flywheel, and bolts the adapter. So, game plan is that today I bolt all this together. We make sure the engine's got oil in it, because I know it doesn't. And we're going to take some jumper cables to that starter and roll it over and make sure everything's working right. I'm excited. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about how we got where we're at now. So this bell housing adapter came off of a Power Stroke, late 90s, 2000 model, somewhere around there. The starter bolts to the bell housing adapter. I actually had to cut the starter mount off of the piece that bolts to the block itself. Then what we done was we took the Power Stroke flywheel, even though the bolts did not line up properly with this, we found two bolt holes that would kind of line up, and we bolted it on here by stacking nuts behind it to get the flywheel out to where when you roll the starter cog out, as if the starter was to trigger. I got black on me now. Anyways, that it would be in line with the teeth. And that gave us about 1 inch and 5/16 is what that gave us. So when I let Brian and John know about needing 1 inch and 5/16, they made this adapter. And from the face plate of what would be the crank, and of course narrowed this part of it down to keep from hitting the oil seal, to the face of where that flywheel bolts is 1 inch and 5/16. Now notice the bolt pattern of the IDI. The IDI guys know this, but I've only got 9 bolt holes here. I don't have a 10th one, and that was for the original alignment of the flywheel, to let you know how it bolted on, because it bolts on a certain way, because this is an externally balanced engine. So I had to take these parts and have them balanced to match the old flywheel, and I took them up to Fowler's machine shop there in Columbus. Fowler Performance, I believe, is the name of the shop, and they zero balanced this adapter. So, and I'm going to kind of line this up a little bit. Probably the best thing to do is go ahead and stick a bolt in it. I guess something I haven't done is check to see if the washer will go in it as well. The washer will not go, and that's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. So there's a bolt. I'll get another bolt. I'm just doing this for alignment right now to get started. So we will get this, because once I start setting it on there, it's going to want to stay on there, because it's machined to fit right over that crank. Okay, so now we're pretty well lined up. So now I'm going to put Loctite on these and get all them put in. I'm just running them till they're snug right now, because I'm going to go around tightening them here in a minute. Try and get them right. Now the bolts that I'm using, they are ARP fasteners, so they're plenty strong enough. I wanted to make sure, since I only got 9 bolts and these are only 3/8 bolts, I wanted to make sure that I bought some strong ones. Figured that would be the best idea. Because supposedly going to be 300 horse, 600 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. We'll see. Don't know, but regardless of whatever it is, I want it to be able to hold. So got 5 of them in, only got to put 4 more. Okay, so I got all the bolts in there and there's Loctite on them, and I went around in a crisscross pattern with the wrench, with the actual ratchet in my hand, just getting a little bit of leverage with my pinky, and just running around getting them all snug in a crisscross pattern until they were all kind of snug by hand. So it says 47 foot-pounds, and I'm going to run around these and do about 20 with this one in a crisscross pattern. So I'll start here. There's that one. And I'm just doing this to make sure that it goes on evenly. Because I don't want the thing to end up where it's machined to fit on there. It might pull itself down where it don't fit just right, and I don't want that to happen. I gotta move over here. Yeah. And see, as I'm going, feels like they're getting looser, but it's just because it's pulling it down. Like that one felt really loose. And that's 20. Yeah, that one's tight. Okay. So now I'm gonna break out. This one didn't go down to 20. It starts at like 40. So I've got this one set to 47, which is our torque measurement for this. And so, yeah, there's that one. Be careful, I'm turning the crank a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go back with this other one and just check that torque wrench against this one just to make sure. It appears to be correct. Okay, we're good. So that's on there. Now we move on to the next fun part. Okay, so I went and put my gloves on. This thing's heavy and I'm putting it in an enclosed area, and The other one is two. Yeah. Well, the first reason is the teeth on this flywheel are still pretty sharp. So it must not be used too much, because the other day I was moving around and the thing almost slipped my finger open. So gotta be careful with it. I do want to make note that my zero is right there. Okay. Because when he balanced this, he balanced it with the flywheel, and so I have to line the zero there up with the zero that's on this this flywheel here. So I'm gonna try and set that on there. We'll see if my fingers survive this still. Okay, I'm gonna get one of my bolts here ready. I'll probably get that underneath there. I'll rotate like that. Try and get lined up. Okay. There should be, somewhere in that vicinity, a bolt hole to line up. I realize you guys probably can't see nothing right now because of where I'm at. I'm right in the way. Let's roll this a little bit more. Okay, let's see here. Okay, it started. So now, what I'm gonna do is just leaving that one in there for the moment. I have got a ring, and importantly here, I can see my zero mark there and the zero mark here. So that's my line up there. And it's not fully on there all the way. So I've got this ring that goes on there that the heads turn on instead of turn on the flywheel. So I'm now going to take all these bolts and Loctite them and get them started on there. Okay, so I stopped for a reason here. Something I didn't think about until I started threading that first one in. I'm going to do a depth check on this. I'm going to go all the way through so I'm bottoming out there. So there, now I'm completely bottomed out past that. So I'm going to set that there. I want to see. Oh, I'm in good shape. I'm not thick enough at all to hurt bottom. I didn't want to get past the spacer and mess up my oil seal on the inside of the crankshaft. So if I go all the way through there, that seems like I can hitting there and there. That's actually but that's about the same. It's really not much different. And like I said, I've got 3/4 of an inch there of clearance, so I'm in good shape. I'm not worried no more. I just didn't want those to stick through the adapter and mess up that crank seal behind it. So anyways, so now, like I said, I'll continue on, put some Loctite on these and getting them all started. Okay, got my little buddy over here helping me.
I got pulled off my job.
He's got a pry bar there wedged into the starter housing with the flywheel. That way I can torque these without them going anywhere. And I'm going to torque them to 50 foot-pounds a piece first. I'm doing it in a crisscross pattern, just like you would your lug nuts. Okay, now I'm gonna go to 90. Calls for 89, we'll call it 90.
Well, actually,
Well, yeah, we got a couple conflicting, yeah, but anywhere between 90 to 100, but depending on what place you look at, some people say 89. There's 90.
the metallic pop's the torque wrench. The other pop is his shoulder.
Yeah. Now I'll go around verifying for my second trip. There we go. Flywheel's on.
Doesn't look good.
So now what I want to do is,
So nice and clean.
Kagan's all excited.
fingerprints
So
on
now what I want to do is I'm going to get some oil and put in it. We're going to have to rearrange some stuff here because I'm going to get the truck over here and we're going to jump the starter solenoid. And we're going to check the tooth engagement on this starter to make sure I've got plenty of engagement on the teeth. I'm not riding on half a tooth or something. And yeah, we're going to see if it'll turn over. I'm sure you guys want to see that. All right, guys, we're going to try this jump pack to see if it does what we want it to do. And I'm probably going to stick my head in the way because I want to see that engagement. But then we'll let you guys look at it as the flywheel turns. Matter of fact, I can probably, you see I got my jump pack over here. We'll go ahead and move you guys over there so you can kind of see. And I can see what I want to see right here, so I'm kind of out of your guys' way. Ready, Kagan?
So, just so you guys know, he's either going to cry tears of joy or cry, and it'll be ugly.
Either way, this will be the first time this engine's rolled over in 30 years.
That's true.
So,
that is true.
Here we go.
Any minute now.
I may not have a good ground.
Who would have thought painting the entire engine would
I'm not. That's not a problem. Surely that starter's okay. Well,
should we have filmed this? This is kind of anticlimactic.
yeah, well, that and this poor little, I think this thing's okay, but, Well, guys, unfortunately, I think starter's junk. Either that or it just needs taken apart and new brushes in it or something. We can't even get an arc across the body of it from the stud. So it means something from the stud end is not making contact to ground. I was hoping to wheel this thing over today and check the tooth engagement on it and show you guys it moving, but not today. So we'll have to make that part of another video, and either that or put an update on TikTok sometime. If you guys don't follow us there already, go ahead and do that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for the letdown on the starter, but I thought the starter was okay. I checked the starter, but I think I checked the starter off the Freightliner. I was thinking one of these starters was good, and that one's not a direct bolt up, so oh well. Progress, then step back. It's the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and throw us a comment below. Tell us what you think of the build so far, and make fun of Kagan. Kagan likes when people make fun of him in the comment section. See you guys later.